Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to Build a Page. On to layout number 2. Today's layout is going to be influenced by a layout from Vicki Parker, if we can remember that one. It is the one with the tags around the outside and then a white cardstock circle. And so that is what we're going to be working with. We have the pool party collection that we grabbed, just the collection that was there. We didn't really build the kit, but we grabbed the collection. We did grab some bubbles in case we decided to go with the bubble photos. And I'm going to get you on fast forward. We'll figure out how to make these tags, cut out that big white circle, and get this layout done. Starting off with mixed media, I wanted a bit of something underneath the circle and the tags that you are going to see. You can see that in the sketch that there's some mixed media in Vicki's layout as well. What I ended up doing is the cardstock that I had tried to make my Venn diagram on, I think that's what you call them. I used that because it already had the mixed media there. That's what I wanted, was a pop of color anyways. I'm doing a beach photo, so that works really well. I added some more of my concentrated mermaid markers or whatever again they're called. I'm very bad with names today. It turned a little green, so I do go ahead and grab the blue and make it a little bit less green because that was very green, and let it dry. I'm really happy with how that turned out. It didn't have to be anything crazy. I just wanted a touch of color underneath where everything was going to be placed, and this did the job. I'll even add some splatters because that was something I really noticed in Vicki's layout, was that there were gorgeous splatters underneath on her base cardstock. Then I found these tags already pre-made. This is from Simple Stories Sunkiss collection, and I had actually been hoarding these to do a layout with. Kind of forgot about them, and they were sitting right beside me where I scrap. Just kind of looked down, saw them, and I'm like, why am I making life complicated on me? Why do I not just use these so that I then can move on with my layout? So that's what I'm going to do. I didn't end up cutting up the pool party stuff, just use that. I am going to bring in some of the Echo Park pool party into this layout, and you're going to see that. The first thing is I'm going to trim two sides of this so that I have a bit of the I can't speak today, I'm so sorry, the background paper that's there, that little L shape. I wanted that pop of color in the blue, again, just trying to really resonate the water effect that I'm trying to make. The biggest thing is figuring out which sides I want the two sides to be on. When I do a border, I tend to do all four borders, and this was just two-sided, so I was trying to figure out where I wanted it to go. In the end, I do decide to do the side and the bottom. I'm going to punch a bunch of holes because we need to get that awesome string effect in that I'll bring in with the twine. I'm also going to do some stitching between the pattern paper and the cardstock in just a simple zigzag, but I hand stitch it within 3 colors, and I'm really happy with how that all turned out. I did a little tiny bit of mixed media on the white circle. I just cut that with my my silhouette. That was fine to cut the circle. And then, you guys, I'm going to start to fix this twine and make it look, I kind of followed how Vicki did it, where some of it's turned, some of it's not. So I really kind of followed all of that closely, tied my bow, did that fun stuff. And as I'm looking at this, I keep seeing this photo of Jackson and Sean and saying, I'm pretty sure I've scrapbooked this some way, somehow. And sure enough, I have used this photo as a prominent photo on another layout with all the kids and this boogie board thing. So I decided that I probably am needing to switch this. I don't need 2 photos, though it is a fabulous photo. I really, really love this photo. One of my favorite shots of the summer. I don't need it twice in my scrapbook album, and it doesn't have its own story. I can tell whatever story I was trying to tell with it in the other layout. I'm gonna let it go. But it all happened as I was doing this twine effect, because I kept looking at it being like, there's no way I haven't scrapbooked this photo yet. It's my favorite. I would have done something with it. I have to figure out what I'm going to do. So the first option was to switch it. There were 2 photos that I had, one of just Jackson standing on it. And I thought, yes, I could absolutely do that. However, I also have a couple photos of Sean and Barrett when Barrett was a little baby and it was his first trip to the beach. For some reason, I had never scrapbooked that. That one's going to win out because I want there to be, I want to get some of those older stories that I've kind of neglected, not on purpose, but they never got done. I did other things and then they kind of get forgotten about. And those are the ones I'm going to do instead. So I'm going to come back live and we'll wrap up. All right, here's a look at my finished layout. I had to just do it off camera because it was starting to frustrate me. Not in a bad way, but just like the little bits and pieces weren't coming together and it was getting late, and so I just did the rest of it off camera. So what did I add since you watched? We got these wood veneer in from Shadney's Etsy shop. So that was awesome. This twine is from Shadney's as well. So now I can say it is a design team layout, which is always a good thing. And I added some enamel dots. These are from the pool party collection. That from Echo Park, that was the original plan, right? I didn't plan on using these tags. I had planned on making them from the Echo Park collection. I added the 2019, I'm not sure if I did that on or off camera. The first trip, because of course we switched out these photos. The one of Jackson and Sean I had already used in another layout, so we switched them into these ones of Mr. Barrett and his first trip to the beach and getting his little feet wet there. And then I also added these tiny little stickers. They're little seashells in the loops, most of the loops of the twine, which I'm really happy with as well. So all in all, I'm very pleased with how this turned out. I love how I got that inspiration from the scrap lift. You can see where the inspiration came from, and then I took it on. I like to do that, make it my own. I'm really happy with the way the stitching turned out, and I'm happy to have this one done. So please make sure you go ahead and check out Kristen and Moira and Shannon and Jen and Sheila. Sheila's over on Instagram, and see what they have created today. And I will see you guys all again tomorrow. Thanks for spending some time with me. Bye, everyone.